carried out the attack at his family home on November the 20th, 2016. It said that he deliberated for around 50 minutes in the kitchen before going into the garage to retrieve a wooden sword. He hit his mother in the back of the head, then the face. He then stabbed her in the neck and the back. Dave Rodgers, his dad, came running into the kitchen when his son slashed at him with the knife. His son then stabbed him in the back with enough force that Dave's lung was punctured. Dave mercifully died quickly from blood loss, but Merrill lay dying for up to several hours. Rodgers very callously knew that his mother was still alive and left her on the kitchen floor while he retreated to his bedroom. The next day he stuffed his father in a suitcase and covered his mother with a tarp before dumping their dead bodies in the back of the garden. He then stayed inside the home for a week, cleaning the scene and making plans to flee the country.
And I'll be within 2 seconds, okay? Okay, so how you doing?
Good.
Good, you're okay?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember my name?
No.
You just met me for the first time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, okay. So my name's Teresa.
Okay.
I'm with the Ottawa Police, and I'm a police officer, and I work in the Major Crime Unit, all right? So I met you for the very first time today, right? Just a few minutes ago, you were in your cells. I was with another officer, and we escorted you here, and we told you to bring your blanket, because as you can tell, it's a little chilly in this room, right?
In many instances, rapport building starts as soon as you've actually been arrested. In many cases, police will be quite friendly afterwards. In some instances, it's probably relief on their part that no one's been hurt, and also an adrenaline dump actually after the arrest. But I think also it's a conscious decision. Start softening you up, basically try and get you on their side. They want to help you. They just want to help you get out of the system as quick as possible. If you tell us this, we'll get you pushed through and you'll be out in no time. We just want to help you. It's that kind of thing. And this police officer is very, very good at that. Also, on many occasions as well, she's very sort of caring, showing that she's got his best interests at heart, or so he thinks, that she's got his best interests at heart, and it's very important that he's okay, and very important to her that he understands everything and that he's warm. Quite motherly, but excellent rapport building skills.
Okay. These rooms are recorded. Okay. So since it's being recorded, I'm just going to indicate today's date and time. It's Tuesday, November 29th, and it's 6:30 in the morning. And your name is Cameron Rodgers.
Yes.
With an S, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. My name's Teresa Kelm. I'm a police officer, and just before we get going, it's my duty to make sure that you understand why you're here. Okay? Those are your rights. Okay? You have rights when you're under arrest, and so I want to make sure that you understand what your rights are. Okay? To be fair to you. All right? So, do you understand that you're under arrest right now? Okay. And what do you believe you're under arrest for?
Killing my parents.
Okay, so that's called, it's first-degree murder. Okay?
She very cleverly comes across as being very kind and caring towards him, explaining things like the lawyer situation. But really what she's actually doing is making sure that at court it isn't thrown out on a technicality that basically he should have had legal counsel but he doesn't, or that he didn't understand that he could have had counsel. She's making that quite clear on the recording, that she's explained that he could have had a lawyer sat there if he'd have wanted to, and he's just chosen not to, which is a mistake. Always have a lawyer at the side of you. The police are very good at tripping you up even if you haven't done anything.
So when people are under arrest, they have rights, and it's my duty to explain them to you. So you have the right to retain and instruct counsel. Okay, so that means you can call any lawyer you wish, all right? If you don't have a lawyer, you can call legal aid. It's 1-800-265-0451. It's a toll-free number that will put you in contact with a legal aid duty lawyer. Now, I think that's the Ontario number. I'm sure there's a Quebec number, and we can facilitate that call.
I had already called.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to talk to a lawyer again?
No.
No?
It's all sorted out
Okay.
so far.
All right.
Yeah.
So, if at any time during this interview you want to talk to a lawyer again, I want you to tell me. Okay? Is there a reason why you didn't want to talk to another one again?
Not really, but I mean, I already talked to one. I don't want to, like, talk to another one. I don't see why I'd have to talk to two.
Okay. I just want you to make sure that you understand that if you want to, because the charges you're facing are very serious, and I want to make sure that you understand that if you want to speak to a lawyer, that you can. Okay? The other thing I want to explain to you, and I've already explained this to you, is that the room's being recorded, right? And anything, you don't have to say anything to me. You don't have to answer any of my questions, but anything that you say to me, it's being recorded, and that can be used in court as evidence against you. Do you understand that? Okay, so you don't have to say anything to me, but if you do, we can use that in evidence against you at a trial. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing is, how have you been treated so far by the officers here?
Well, they're not mean, and they're not nice. I mean, they're just neutral.
Okay, all right. And what do you mean by neutral? Like, what?
Well, I mean, they're not nice and they're not mean. I mean, like they're just fine.
They're just fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems almost a silly question just to ask, what does neutral mean, or what does he mean by neutral? But basically what she's trying to prove is that he understands what she's saying, and he understands the position that he's in and the questions he's being asked.
So it would be nice to have some toilet paper.
There's no toilet paper in there?
No. But that's probably
okay.
for him.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are
Yeah.
here because I'm not from Montreal. I'm from Ottawa. I can certainly ask them, but I can't make you any promises whether or not we can get it because I'm just kind of like a visitor right now. You got that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to verify how you'd been treated by the officers. Did anybody make any promises? Like in terms of, and by promise I mean that telling you that if you say something to the police, we're going to give you a reward, or we're going to give you a deal. No? Okay.
No.
I just want to make sure because police officers aren't allowed to do that, all right?
Yeah.
So remember when I came in here, I said I want to make sure that you understand your rights. I want to make sure that you've been treated fairly, and that's important to me. Okay? So nobody's made any promises. Has anybody threatened you that you better say something to the police, otherwise we're going to do this to you or that? No? Okay. So that's important to me too. So I just wanted to make sure if anybody had that shouldn't influence you in talking to me today. Okay? Now there's some water there. Do you get thirsty when you talk?
No.
I do. So I'm going to have some. If you want some, you just you help yourself, okay?
If you notice as well, throughout this interrogation, he covers one of his hands up. It's almost as if he's trying to cover the murder weapon up.
You've eaten? They gave you some food?
Yes.
Okay, so, Cameron, how old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And are you in school? Or
I was in school.
Okay. What were you studying?
Electromechanical engineering technology. Electromechanical engineering robotics technician.
Wow. And how long have you been studying that?
I was in that for the first year this year, but I came out of another one for the past 2 years. I was in I was in mechanical engineering technology, but then I changed
Okay.
for this year into the first one I mentioned.
Good. Good. And what were your plans? What did you want to do with that degree?
I didn't want that degree.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
So why were you taking it?
Because my parents told me to take it.
Oh, okay. And why were they so keen on you taking that?
Half of the problem was probably because I didn't say anything else. Like I didn't like. I mean, I didn't say another plan for
Okay.
the you know, like. I think. Does that
Okay,
make sense?
so you didn't have a plan, so therefore they gave you a plan?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because when I was in schooling, that's exactly what happened to me. I didn't have a plan, and my parents made me take these courses that I personally didn't enjoy. Were you enjoying your schooling? No. That must have been hard.
Yeah.
She uses empathy to gain his trust. I felt the same with my parents. I understand the pressure you were under. I understand the feelings that you felt. I've actually been there.
Yeah, okay. What year were you in?
So for the first 2 years, I was in second year, and
Okay.
then for this past year, I was in first year.
Okay, all right. And where were you studying?
Algonquin.
At Algonquin? Okay. And were you taking any other courses anywhere else? No? No? Other than schooling, what were you doing? You tired?
Yeah.
Am I boring
No.
you already?
No, nothing else. I wasn't doing anything else.
Okay, all right. What did you do when you weren't in school?
If I wasn't in class, I was studying, and if I wasn't studying, then I was at home helping around the house.
Good?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you lived with your parents? Anybody else? No? Okay. And do you have a lot of extended family?
Like, my mom has 3 brothers,
Okay.
and then they have, or some of them, I think a lot of them have a lot of other family on their other side.
Okay.
But I don't know that the other sides.
Okay. I understand you were adopted, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And how was that? How did that go with your parents?
It went well.
It went well, yeah, good. Good. Okay. Now who's the closest person to you, would you say?
My dad.
Your dad.
He sounds genuinely upset there when he mentions his father.
Yeah, okay. All right. And do you have any friends or anything?
I have friends at school.
Okay.
That I know from school, and that I know from past jobs.
Okay, all right. So what's been going on in your life then? How have things been going for you? Like,
In what way?
in what way? Like, were you happy with the way things were going, or?
I don't know if I was happy with how I was going with school, because I was doing a program that I didn't like.
Right, yeah, I understand.
And also, I wasn't really being able to get a job because my parents would insist that I would have to work for them.
For them?
Yeah.
And what do you mean by that?
Like around the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and how'd that make you feel?
Not good.
Not good, yeah. So they didn't want you to go get a job outside the house? So they just wanted you working at the house?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I wouldn't actually get money because they would just say that they'd owe me money. So I actually didn't have any money.
Oh, well, that must have been hard.
Yes.
So how did you manage then? Like, if you wanted to go out or if you wanted to do something?
If I would want to use money, they would have to approve of it.
Okay. All right. What kind of work were you doing around the house?
Gardening and stuff involving around the garden
Okay.
or chores.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you end up here in Montreal? What brought you?
I was told by the person I called on the phone, the the not the lawyer, but the one that's supposed to help me, that I shouldn't answer questions.
Okay, that's all right.
And I'm feeling that that answer is not one I should answer.
Okay, all right. We want to kind of understand kind of where things are at with you. It seems like you were dealing with a lot of stuff in your life, right? Like you seem to have had a lot of pressure going on at school. There was a lot of pressure going around the house.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that what happened is really weighing on you, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm glad you're agreeing with that. I've been working in the homicide unit since 2009, and I've never seen anybody that's reported it to the police the way you did.
She thinks that because he handed himself in that he's actually, he feels guilty about it, or it was weighing heavy on him, when in reality he just didn't know what else to do. But one of the things that she does quite well at is when he actually explains that his mother was basically dying slowly all evening, she does very well not to react to that, because she doesn't want to say, like, oh my God, that's absolutely horrible, that you're a monster. She tries to sort of play it down as like, oh, okay, fair enough. But she's quite horrified at that, you can tell.
Okay, and that tells me that you're somebody with a conscience, and realized what you had done and decided that you needed to do the right thing. All right, what happened before is happened, right? You can't do anything more about it. But what you do have control over is today and tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. And when you talk about how the closest person to you is your father, that tells me that there's a reason why this happened, okay? And we want to understand why that happened. Okay, like what set you off? I know there was a lot of pressure going on, like there was the schooling, having to do work at home, not being able to get any money. Something triggered you to go off. And that's what we're trying to understand. There's it seems like something that's not you, because you've never had any dealings with the police. So it doesn't happen very often that you have someone like you that's not had any dealings with the police, and boom, here you are with the murder of your parents. Okay, we know that you called 911, mm-hmm. and you reported it yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that says a lot about you as a person, that you know what to do. You made a mistake, and you're saying, okay, well now I need to do something about it. So you've basically taken control of that situation. But it's what caused you to get there. Whose fault? Like, is it your parents that were pushing you and you're shaking no?
Well, I'm not saying it's not my parents' fault, but I'm not saying it's not my fault. I mean, right. I shouldn't have done it, which is obvious. Mm-hmm. But like I don't want to place the blame, so like I can't really say that like my parents were putting pressure, but they were. But I mean, that's no account for doing the deed.
I think it's quite telling and worth pointing out that he says in front of the lady officer that no, it's not really fair blaming it all on my parents, but actually in the court, when he, as part of his defence, what he used was saying that his father, his adopted father, had basically abused him, and that was one of the reasons what led to him attacking his mum and dad. He later recanted that and said that it wasn't true. So it's worth noting that in front of this officer, he's acting a certain way because he doesn't want to come across saying that, you know, it was their fault, they forced me, the pressure, it was him as well. That's what he wanted to say to her, but actually, in his defence, he totally flip-flopped and basically said that his adopted father was molesting him from an early age, which was untrue.
But you know, when we're under pressure, I've been under pressure, we've all been under pressure. And sometimes when we're under pressure, it's not us that's reacting, it's the pressure that's reacting, right? I've done things when I'm under pressure that I'm thinking, what the heck was I thinking? It's out of character. And I'm getting the feeling, what I'm hearing from you is that you were under a lot of pressure, and that's how you chose to deal with it. You know, and I respect what you're saying, is that yeah, ultimately you're the one that did the deed, but there's something that caused you to want to do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's something that caused you to feel that that's the solution that you needed to do to deal with the pressure.
I guess.
Yeah. So no, that's okay. And I mean, it's logical to me. It makes sense. So other than your parents putting pressure on you with school and not wanting you to work and wanting you to work around the house, what else were they doing that was adding to this stress?
I don't know. I mean, other than no money and having to go into a program for 3 years that I didn't want to go into, I don't know, like, what else there would be. Like, I can't think of anything.
What else was missing, do you find, in your life that you could attribute to your...
Well, I might have felt, or I might have thought at the time that I was lonely, but then after I killed them, I didn't really feel lonely. Well, I felt more lonely because, anyway, that's irrelevant, but I mean, realized that it was the wrong choice, but anyway.
Yeah. What did you feel you would accomplish by killing them?
Nothing.
Nothing, eh? Okay. And what caused you to just do this?
I don't know. It was like it was, I guess, the spur of the moment. Like it was just I don't know what made me do it. It was just like I don't even know why I did it. Even that I think back to it now, I don't even know why I chose to do it.
Okay. How did you do it?
It was involving one or two knives and a stick.
And a stick, okay. And where did you kill them?
In our kitchen.
In your kitchen? Okay. All right. And what was going on right before you killed them?
I was chopping melon.
Sorry?
I was chopping melon.
Melon?
Yeah.
Okay. And where were your parents in relation to you at that point?
My mom was doing something else in the kitchen.
Okay.
And my dad was somewhere else in the house.
Okay. And then what happened?
Do I have to talk about this? I don't want to talk about this.
Okay, well, why don't we talk about something else for a while, okay? I know that's upsetting you. Why don't we talk about how did they get to the outside?
I put them there.
You put them there, okay. And when did you put them there?
After they died.
Okay.
I didn't want, like, I didn't want, like, my mom's brothers or any friends to come and see them like that.
Okay. Well, that was good of you. Clearly you were concerned for them, for the family members not seeing them, eh?
Again, we see the detective use her words very carefully So he says that he moved the body, and she says, yeah, because he didn't want the family to see. That's good of you, that's nice of you, and that's compassionate of you. When really she does know that he's moved the bodies purely so he doesn't get caught. But she also knows that the good cop, touchy-feely, compassionate, empathetic cop is getting him to open up. If there'd have been a couple of, say, males there, good cop, bad cop, he would have just shut up and asked to see a lawyer. That's exactly what would have happened. She's got him to ruin his own defence here. Later on, as I've mentioned before, he says that the reason that he snapped was he was molested, but not once in this, as he's not even indicated there was a problem. But later on, he completely flip-flops. He doesn't want to say that to her because he knows it's a lie, basically, and he doesn't want to do that. But later on, when she's not there, he's no problem really with, really knifing his family again. And that is such a cruel thing, such a sociopath type of move, really, that he just doesn't care and doesn't feel any feelings towards the other people. He doesn't think how that's going to make them feel, that in effect he's morally knifed them again.
Okay, and how did you get them out to the back?
I had to I dragged my mom in a tarp.
Okay.
And then I put my dad in a suitcase.
Okay.
And then pulled him out.
Okay, and how did you get him in a suitcase?
Well, I sort of rolled him into it.
Okay. All right. Did you have to do anything to get him into the suitcase? Or?
Well, it wasn't like a perfect fit. Like, I didn't make him fit.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't like.
Okay. All right. And how long did you remain in the house after the?
A week.
A week? Okay. And where were they for that 1 week?
Well, for a day they were wherever they got killed.
Okay.
And then after that was spent taking them out to the backyard and then cleaning up a little bit.
Okay.
So it wasn't, blood all over the place.
For sure, yeah, because you didn't want any family members to see that. Yeah, that's okay. No, that's understandable, and I can tell you that where they are now, I don't think you need to worry about the family members seeing them like that. Okay, so we're gonna make sure, and that's normal. We don't want them to see that. Okay. Now, when you said clean up, what room had to be cleaned up?
The kitchen.
The kitchen. Okay, is that the only room that had to be cleaned up? Okay. Yeah. And where's the knife?
I put the knife, the two. I think it was two. I think it was two knives. In a plastic bag with the stick that had broken. So I put those in the plastic bag and I put it in the black box, which is in the garage.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you do then for that whole week then in the house?
I just stayed in my room.
Okay.
Because I I was mostly going to run away from Ottawa.
Okay.
I was hoping to go to the U.S., but since that didn't work out, I got stuck in Montreal.
Okay, gotcha.
And then that's when I called.
Okay. And how come you weren't able to get into the U.S.?
Well, you need some kind of not like a ticket, but a
passport or?
Well, no, not that wasn't the problem. It's because to go there, to stay there, you need some kind of visa.
I see.
And I didn't have that, so I'd have to lie, and that just wouldn't work.
Right. Okay. So, do you remember what day of the week this was that this happened to your parents?
Sunday.
It was a Sunday. At about what time was that?
11.
In the morning or at night?
In the morning.
In the morning. Okay. All right. Now I understand there was supposed to be some birthday party or there was some dinner that they were supposed to go to?
Yeah.
Okay, now when was that?
Sunday.
The Sunday. Okay. And did somebody call you to find out where they were?
Yes.
Okay, who called?
2 of her brothers.
Which ones?
Gord and Graham, I think.
Okay, all right. And what did you...
I was scared, so I said that they had the flu.
Okay, all right. Okay. Did anybody come over in the those 8 days or a week or so?
Well, we have friends from church, and they came over on the next Sunday, and I said the same thing. That like they had the flu.
Okay. They were at the house?
Yeah, they came over to the house.
Okay, all right. So where did they ask you where your parents were?
I said that they had the flu.
Okay, but where were they with the flu? I mean, I know where they were, but what did you tell them?
I told them that they were, sleeping in their room, like with the flu. I didn't really give that. All I said was that they had the flu and that they were resting, and that's...
Okay, all right. So we're just going to try to figure, how did you get to Montreal?
I took the train.
Oh, you took the train, okay. And then how did you get from your house to, which train station did you go to?
In Ottawa?
Yeah, but there's 2 in Ottawa. There's one
two?
There's one on Fallowfield, and there's one on Tremblay Road. Tremblay Road, okay. And how did you get there?
I drove.
You drove whose vehicle?
My mom's.
Your mom's? Which vehicle is that?
It's the van.
The van, okay. And why didn't you just drive to Montreal?
Well, I have to pay for gas.
Okay.
And I mean, I didn't know I probably could have, but I mean, if I had to pay for more gas, I wouldn't really be able to pay for more gas.
Right, okay. So you then took the train to Montreal?
Yeah.
And when did you arrive in Montreal?
At 8:30 on Monday.
8:30 in the morning or in the evening?
In the morning.
In the morning, okay. Yeah. And how did you pay for your train ticket?
With some money.
Okay, and where did you get that money?
From their purse.
From their purse, okay. All right, go ahead.
Or wallet.
Or wallet?
Yeah.
Okay. From your mom or from your dad's wallet?
I think it was from both.
From both? Okay. How much money were you able to get from their wallet?
140.
140, okay. So you took the train to Montreal, and then what did you do once you arrived in Montreal?
I bought a ticket to the U.S.
Okay.
But it didn't work.
Right. Because you couldn't...
Yeah, there was no visa.
Okay, right. Okay. And what was your plan in going to New York?
Somehow survive.
Pardon?
Somehow survive. Like, I didn't really have, like, a plan.
You didn't have a plan, eh?
No. It was just to get as far away from Ottawa as I could.
Okay, all right. And then when you got turned around, you couldn't come in, you couldn't go into the States, and how do you end up downtown Montreal?
Well, I had to get back from the border because I took the train, but I didn't get past the border.
Okay.
So I had to take a bus back from the border.
Mm-hmm.
And the bus dropped me off, I guess, at the bus station. I don't know exactly where it was, but and then from there I walked to this street that was anywhere where I called.
Right.
Was like a block from where I put my bags, and that was nearby where the bus station was.
Okay. All right. Okay. And so where did you sleep? So
I didn't really sleep.
You haven't? No, that's right, because we're Tuesday. That's right, because
Yeah.
you arrived yesterday morning. Okay. All right. And what's in the bags?
Just clothes.
Just clothes? Okay.
Clothes.
Are we going to find the knife in there, or the stick, or anything, or any weapons?
Well, I have my survival kit, my camping survival kit. So there is a saw and a Swiss Army knife and a sheath knife.
Okay, all right. And what made you decide to call the police, to call 911?
It was, well, I mean, I didn't really have anything else to do, and I mean, I may as well, since it's, I mean, I was feeling down,
For sure.
you know,
Yeah.
and I was tired, which
Yeah.
made me feel more down,
Right, yeah.
and I called.
Right. And how did you feel after you made the call?
Well, I was crying for a long
For
time,
sure, yeah.
and then I felt better, but I mean, I still don't know if it's fixed, because, you know, like, I mean, we're discussing. I feel like we're still trying to figure out if I did it or not, and I don't understand. Like I thought confessing would mean that I would be, you know, like that would be it.
Yeah, well, you know what? We still need to understand what happened. You know, we need to understand what, just because somebody tells us they did something, it doesn't mean it happens, right? So that's why when you told Montreal, there's a lot of people say things sometimes that aren't true. So that's why they needed to, you know, figure out what happened. And but you know, it's stuff like this. I think everybody has to make their decision what's right for them, and clearly you felt this was the right decision for you. But you know, I always use the analogy of a snowball effect, right? You start this nice snowball at the top of a mountain, and it comes spiraling down the hill, and it's picking up debris, and at the end, by the time it gets down there, it's not the same thing anymore, right? So this is something that wouldn't have gone away. Eventually you would have had to dealt with it. Now I'm noticing a cut on your
well, that was trying to where
left hand.
Where I put my stuff. I was trying to get in, because it was like a rundown place, and I had to get in, so it got cut.
Oh, okay. Did you sustain any injuries as a result of what happened to your parents? Yeah. Okay. What? So I know you're cutting melons, and that was about at 11 o'clock on the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
What caused you to do that? Like, it was something said or done, or
no, it was literally just a spur of the moment. I don't even know. Like, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, took me 50 minutes of going back and forth about to do it and then not to do it.
Okay, all right. What was causing you to want to do it? Why is it you're thinking you wanted to do it?
I don't remember.
Okay, all right. And what were the plans that day?
The plans was to do some studying and then go to the restaurant for the party.
For the party, okay. All right. And your mom, you said she was in the kitchen? Okay. And where was your dad?
He was somewhere else, I don't know exactly.
Okay. Can you just explain to me how your dad, did it both happen in the kitchen? Okay. How does your dad end up in the kitchen?
Well, when I did my mom, he came running, and then I did him.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And how long did it take?
What do you mean?
Like, before your mom, like, how long did you...
Well, my dad didn't take very long, but my mom took a long time.
Okay.
And it was really hard because she was in pain, and I wanted it to stop. And I couldn't make it stop. And I felt so bad because she was in pain, and I wanted her not to be in pain, but I couldn't stop it. And it went for the whole night.
And what?
It took the whole night for her to die.
I think this is the only time that the lady detective is genuinely shocked in this interrogation. I think she does really well, actually, not to show how shocked and appalled she is, because she is, and she's horrified, you can tell. It's quite hard to look at what you've got in front of you, which is quite a geeky kid that you'd never in a million years think he would, for nothing, just do this and not even really be able to explain why he's done it. It's just really, really difficult to weigh up the two things. I'm sure you watching this as well, it's quite difficult and it's quite harrowing, really. Rest in peace to his mum and dad as well.
And how do you know that it took the whole night?
I don't know exactly, but I mean, I went to my room, and she was still in pain, like here. But then in the morning, it was done.
Okay. And can I ask a question? Why is it then, after when you realized she was in pain, why?
How does it make you feel watching him cry? Do you feel upset, like you want to give him a hug? You know, feel that he's genuinely sorry? Or does it make you feel uncomfortable? Sociopaths know when to cry. They know what crying looks like, but they don't actually feel it inside. So they have to act and pretend to cry. And in a lot of cases, that's what you'll end up feeling, is quite uncomfortable, and you feel there's something wrong. Doesn't seem real. There's something, but it's sometimes quite hard to put your finger on, and that's all you can really put it down to, is it makes you feel uncomfortable and it feels wrong.
Why didn't you call 911?
Well, I knew it was too late.
Okay. And what do you mean by it was too late?
The wounds were too bad.
Okay. Okay. And so what about your dad? How soon after did you kill your dad?
What do you mean how soon after?
Well, after your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came running, and then
running.
that's when it happened.
Okay, and what did he say when he came in?
Well, he was scared for her.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was quicker
Okay.
with him.
Okay. Now, you talked about a stick.
Yeah.
Who did you use the stick on?
I think it was both.
On both? And what part of the bodies did you hit them with?
I think
Sorry,
it was
what?
the head.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
stick broke.
The stick broke on who?
I don't remember exactly.
Okay. All right. And there were 2 knives involved?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, where did you get the knives?
The kitchen.
In the kitchen? Okay. And which knife did you use on which person?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay.
But I think I remember this. There was a smaller one that was only used on my mom.
Okay. All right. Okay. And do you remember what your mom said to you right before?
Like before all of this happened?
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay. Was there a conversation going on with
No.
you and her? No? Okay. Have you told anybody else about this? Other than, so you've told the 911 operator in
Yeah.
Montreal, you spoke to the Montreal officers,
Yeah.
we've spoken. Have you
Yeah.
talked to anybody else about it? No. Okay. Between the time that you've killed your parents
Yeah.
and now, have you hurt anybody else?
No.
No? Okay. So there's no other, you haven't killed anybody
No.
else and you haven't injured anybody
No.
else? No? Okay. Who were the friends that showed up on the Sunday?
They were friends from church.
And do you know what are their names?
I don't want to bring them into this. I mean, if I have to, fine, but I don't want to bring... They're nice people. Do I have to bring them in?
What church are they from?
The Metropolitan Bible Church.
Metropolitan Bible. We'll probably be able to figure out
Mm-hmm.
who they are. It's up to you if you want to tell me, but we'll be able to
Okay.
figure out who they are. So
Okay, I may as well tell you then. It's a family. There's oh I know this. Okay, well I know their daughter. Their daughter is called Catherine because she goes to my school, and her mom. I can't think of it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be able to figure that out.
And Catherine sings in the choir,
Okay.
if that helps.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and
Yep.
the man is sort of French,
Okay.
I think. Yeah, he's French.
Okay. So you talked to me about the area that you cleaned up. What area in the kitchen did you have to clean up?
Sort of like in front of like the fridge. Like I mean, like
Okay.
I don't know how to explain if you don't know the house.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right. What did you clean it up with?
We have like a like steam thing for tiles,
Oh, okay.
and I use that.
Okay. And where is that now?
I left it in the hall.
You left it in the hall. Okay.
Yeah.
And what other parts of the house did you have to clean up?
Just that.
Just that.
Throughout this interrogation, Cameron has spoke very flat, very monotone at times, almost robotic. There are a few mental illnesses that can cause this. Number 1, schizophrenia. This disorder can cause what's called a flat affect, and thus the pitch of the voice can be monotone. Autism. People on the spectrum and people affected can fail to pick up on varying tones of voice from the social environment. Thus, again, they can speak very monotone. Also, it's interesting to point out that in many cases they do not realise they're speaking monotone. Another one is severe depression, which is quite surprising to a lot of people. Now, this can cause psychomotor retardation and a flat affect. Speech can be slow and monotone. Also, another one is dissociative issues, ranging from PTSD to extreme anxiety. The patient may start talking in a monotone voice because they are disconnected from their body and the present reality, and this can also be caused by extreme anxiety.
Okay. Now you must have had blood on you.
Maybe just on my arms, but then I washed it off.
Okay. And where did you wash it off?
I guess when I had a shower, it washed off.
Okay. And how many showers are there in the house?
3.
3? Okay. And which one did you use?
The one upstairs.
Okay. And how many are there upstairs?
1.
Just the one? Okay. Generally, what's the condition of the house? Is it tidy? Is it...
It's tidy. Well, I mean, to me, a normal house is slightly messy, but when guests come over, it's tidy. So
right.
I mean,
right. That's right. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah. Okay. So if I were to go into the house now, what condition is that house in?
In good condition.
It's in good condition. What about in terms of it being...
Like, it's not guest tidy, but it's normal tidy.
Okay. Is it possible it's a little messier than normal?
Maybe my room, since like I stayed in there during that whole week that I was in the house because I didn't want to go downstairs.
Okay. Downstairs?
In the kitchen.
Oh, in the kitchen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Are there a bunch of drawers open in the house? And is it a little messy?
No.
No?
Except maybe her bed where I emptied her purse, but other than that, no, everything was left as it was.
As it was? Okay. Okay. So, I know you wanted to go to the States. What do you think was going to happen when people came looking for your parents?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
We're just hoping to get as far away as I could.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I am going to just leave the room. I'm just going to go and check with my partner to see if I've forgotten anything. Is there anything else that you want to tell me?
I don't know.
No, but is there anything else about this that you wanted to tell me that, no?
Not that I can
No.
think of.
Now, the clothes that your parents were wearing at the time of
Yeah.
this, where are these clothes now?
Still on them?
Still on them? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like take off their clothes.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's good. I guess this is one thing I'm just trying to understand. So you're cutting melons, and what was your mom doing?
She was like doing something, some kind of herb thing. I don't know what it was. It was just she was grinding herbs or something.
Okay. And how was that morning? This was around 11 o'clock. So what was going on that morning in the house?
I don't know. I mean, like, what was...
Did you have an argument with your parents, or...?
Well, I mean, the whole upstanding, or not upstanding, the whole, like, disagreement about school and work and all that was just hanging over me, and I mean, I guess, like, I mean, we've had arguments before,
Okay.
and heated, yelling ones, and I guess just at that time when the cloud broke, I was chopping a melon.
Okay. And what were you arguing about that day? Like while you were chopping the melon?
I don't know if I was arguing. At that time, I was not arguing.
Okay. All right.
No.
Okay.
But maybe like a day or two before, we had been arguing
Okay. And what?
about those issues.
Okay. And anything in particular? So you're talking about school, about
The work
Work?
issue.
and what was your mom like when she argued with you about it?
Well, I didn't have a say.
Okay. And so you're chopping the melon, and is that the knife that was used?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. And where did you stab her on her?
In the back.
In the back. Okay. And how many times?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. And what? How did she react when she was stabbed the first time?
Actually, wait. I didn't stab her first. I used a stick first.
You used the stick. Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you get the stick?
I made it.
Oh, okay. When did you make it?
A while back.
Okay. And when you say made it, how do you make it?
I carved it
Oh, cool. Okay. And for what purpose?
just to do. I
Okay.
had a lot of time on my hands in the summer.
Okay. And what were you going to use that stick for?
I don't know. There was no plan when I made it.
Okay. Okay. And where were you keeping that stick?
In the garage.
In the garage. Okay. So how does it end up being in the kitchen that day?
I don't know. I was planning. Like, I mean, during those 15 minutes of going back and forth, one of those times I thought of using the stick.
Okay. On.
My mom.
Okay. To do what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do I really have to say it?
No, I'm just trying to understand it. I was a little confused as to how the stick was in the kitchen, but I understand. So it was in the garage because you were kind of thinking you were back and forth. All right. Okay. So use the stick. All right. Okay. And what about on your dad? What was used for him?
A knife.
The knife.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There were two knives, right?
Mhm.
You said right. Okay. And the smaller one, you said you used it on your
Mom only.
right, and then the larger one
On both.
on both. All right. Okay. I am just going to leave the room for a couple of minutes. I just want to go and check with my partner to see if I've forgotten anything. And I'll be back in a minute, okay? It won't be too long, all right? Thanks. Sorry there. It's a very noisy building. Noisy building. Just a few little points. I know that the week after it happened, you said you stayed at your house. Okay, and where you stayed in your room? You told me. How were you? Like, were you eating? Okay, And where did you go to eat?
I ate in my room, but I had to go downstairs to get the food.
Oh, okay. Did you go out at all? No? Okay. Did you make any phone calls or watching TV? No? No? Okay. And where were you sleeping?
In my room.
You were able to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's right. Okay, that's what I thought you said. I just wasn't sure about that. In the past, when you've had arguments with your parents, how did that end? Those arguments? Like, how would you deal with it?
I would watch like shows and stuff.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right.
I guess that's the answer.
Okay. And
Like I wouldn't win
okay. Okay.
the argument.
Okay. All right. And how'd that make you feel?
I don't know, like not good.
Probably, yeah. Okay. Did you ever have any? Did you ever assault them in the past, out of fear, or not out of fear, but out of anger? No. Okay. All right. And we're just about done. The stick you told me is in. Where is the stick right now? I know it's broken.
I'm pretty sure I got all the pieces and I put it in the bag with the 2 knives and I put that bag in the black recycling bin in the garage.
It's a black recycling bin. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where's that black box now?
In the garage.
And has the recycling been picked up?
No, I would have had to put that outside.
And did you?
No.
No? Okay, so it's still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe the knives to me?
Well, one has a green handle
Mm-hmm.
and one has a black handle.
Okay, which is the longer one?
The black one.
The black one. Okay, and how long is the blade?
Well, it's like those ones that you use for cooking and like cutting.
Okay.
Sort of long and it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a kitchen knife.
Okay, how long is the blade, would you say?
Like that, I think.
Okay, so you're demonstrating, looks like that's about 8 inches there, if I'm right. And
Right.
what about the shorter one?
Like that.
Okay, so maybe
That's
about
long.
4 inches or something. Okay, all right. And I know you spoke about that you're in school. How much schooling did you have before that? Like, did you go to high school before? And did you graduate? Okay, where did you graduate?
Brookfield High School.
Oh, okay. Oh, good for you. Oh, good. So you got your high school diploma? Oh, good. And then where did you go after high school?
Straight to college.
Okay. And how were you doing in school, in high school?
Well,
You were doing well? Yeah, what
Yeah.
type of marks were you getting?
higher, like not A's, but well, some were A's, but in the B's.
Okay. Oh, good for you. Good. Were you in the regular program?
Like when you say that,
Like just a regular, like was it in a special needs class?
I
or-
was part of the special needs,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't like it, so I went to the like the normal ones.
Oh, okay. All right. And what was the special needs? Why were you in the special needs
Because I
class?
have slight autism.
Okay. All right. And how does that affect you?
Well, when I'm not on the meds, I have bad coordination, but when I am on the meds, I don't have bad coordination.
Okay. All right. And how do you react when you're not on the meds? I know
I-
you've got the bad coordination. Anything else? No? Okay. And how does your mind feel when you're not on the meds?
Fine,
And when you're on the meds?
fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else? Diagnosed with anything else?
Well, I have sleep apnea,
Oh, okay.
but that's not really that bad.
Right. And how bad is it? You said it's not bad, but how bad is it? Like how
I just maybe snore a
you
little
snore?
bit, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know, since I don't really.
Okay. All right. Do you sleep? You're a good sleeper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Have you been diagnosed with anything else? Whether it be your mental well-being? Nothing. No. Physically? Anything? So physically, your health is good. All right. Okay. And when did you last take? Did you take your meds last week for your
Yeah.
Autism, yeah, right. And do you take it regularly?
I normally do.
Okay. Now, when you say normally, when do you not take it?
Like right now.
Oh, right now. Okay.
You know, since I don't have any stuff.
You don't, eh?
No.
Okay. All right. When was the last time you missed it, other than right now?
Maybe during the summer for
Okay.
a couple of days.
A couple of days. All right. Okay. 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 All right. Now, your dad, where did you told me you used the bigger knife on him, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where on his body did you stab him?
The back.
In the back? All right. Okay. How many times?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's right. You told me that. And just one, I think one more question. I think then I'm done. What time of the day did you bring them outside?
It wasn't at night. I know that I wanted to do it at night, but I didn't do it at night. It was sometime during the day.
Okay, so
it was in the backyard, so
that was my next question. How did you get them? Like, where's the kitchen? Is it in the front of the house or the back of the house?
Kitchen is like in the sort of front area, but we have a back door that leads to a deck that leads to the backyard.
Okay, so then your mom, you said you dragged her on the tarp?
Yes.
Where in the house or outside did you first put her on the tarp?
I put her on the tarp in the kitchen.
Oh, in the kitchen.
I brought the tarp in, and
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, and where was the tarp?
It was outside. Like, I mean, it was like we have a garden, so we have tarps.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
all right.
I just took a tarp.
Okay, and all right. And do you have any like neighbors on either side?
Yeah. Well, one of them is like never really there, and the other one is also. Yeah. Like, I mean. Guess they're not. Well, I mean, it's not like one is really never really there, and the other one is like it's there sometimes and not there other times.
Okay. Were you worried about them seeing you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And your dad, how did you?
It was the suitcase.
Okay.
I put them like partially in a suitcase. It wasn't like completely. It was like sticking out. Yeah. It was hard.
Okay, all right. And why did you put him in the suitcase?
I didn't want to drag him.
Okay. All right. Okay. And what were you thinking when you were doing this to them?
No, like when I was moving them?
No, when you were actually stabbing them and hitting them.
I don't remember exactly what I was thinking, but I don't think I was thinking anything. Maybe it was just adrenaline or something.
Okay.
Or just
But were you feeling angry? Were you feeling...
I don't think I was feeling angry. Maybe, no, actually, I don't think I was feeling actually any anger.
Yeah. Okay.
Which sounds actually really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, and I think that's what I was saying, that like it took me like 50 minutes of going back and forth of thinking to do it and then not thinking I shouldn't do it, and you know, then I finally did it, but it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was I wasn't like out of anger, like, I don't think.
So what was the purpose?
I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like I think, like, it's not that I wasn't doing it for anger, but at the moment when I did it, I wasn't feeling really angry.
Okay.
Maybe it was just the fact that it took me like maybe at the beginning I was angry, but then doing the 50 minutes of about to do it and then not doing it, and then like, I mean, like, when I say not doing it, I mean like chickening out.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right. Right. No, I understand. Yeah. All right, okay, I'm just gonna make one quick, just speak to my partner, and I think then we're just about done. Okay, I won't be too long. You still have your water there?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't be long. Okay, one question and then we're done. I guess what I'm trying to understand is, I know there was no real argument that day. It was a cumulative effect, right, of the stress that you were going on with regards to work and you're nodding, school, and having to do chores around the house. So why did that happen on the Sunday then? Like, what is it that said?
I don't know why it happened on the Sunday. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to. I just don't know. It happened on that day. Maybe it was impulsive or something, or it just. I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't know if it was impulsive because you'd been thinking on and off, right, for 50 minutes. So.
Yeah, it was impulsive.
Pardon?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. And you don't recall the last argument you had with them? No. All right. Okay.
I also have a bad memory, but anyway.
Well, yeah. Okay. You seem to have provided pretty good memories with everything, but with regards to what happened. So I think I have a good understanding. At the beginning, I told you that. Remember, I explained the room was being recorded and that you didn't have to talk to me unless you wanted to, and you chose to explain to me what happened.
Well, I feel that I should be in trouble because I did something bad.
Pardon?
I feel that I should be in trouble because I did something bad.
Well, you're under arrest and you're going to be charged.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but I guess my question, that you understood that at the beginning, and you knew why you were here.
Yeah.
My question to you is that at the beginning I told you that you didn't have to talk to me, and you did.
Yeah.
I just would
wasn't
like.
Supposed to.
Well, that's okay, but why is it then that you decided to talk to me?
Because I did something bad, and I want to be honest about it, and I feel that I should get in trouble, more like finish this trouble.
I see what you mean. Okay. I see. Okay. And how do you feel now that you've come out and told us about it?
Well, I feel slightly better, but I mean it's not over yet.
No, it's not. No. Okay. All right. And do you feel that, did I threaten you at all? No. And I didn't make you any promises, or no? All right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we understood that. And it's I know it wasn't easy, telling me the truth. I want to thank you for telling me and explaining this to me. I think we have a pretty good understanding of what's transpired now. So what's going to happen now is you're going to have to remain here in Montreal. In Ottawa, they have to get a warrant to get you back to Ottawa. So once they obtain that warrant, some patrol officers are going to come from Ottawa and pick you up and transport you back to Ottawa, and then you will go before you'll call an Ottawa lawyer if you want to. I'm assuming you should. You'll go before a judge and be held in custody until your lawyers decide what they want to do, if they want to seek bail or if you're going to be held in custody until it gets resolved. I don't know. That's nothing. I can't tell you what's going to happen. It'll be up to between you and your lawyer. Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
When I call the lawyer, is there a phone number?
Yes. So when you get to the Ottawa police, first of all, I forgot one step. In Montreal, they're going to get you before a judge. They have to get you before a judge. Okay. Then you're probably going to, I think you're going to come back here. I don't know. You'll go somewhere. So when you go to Ottawa, so what was your question? If we were going to give you a phone number, there's going to be a list of lawyers available, and then you can pick a lawyer to to seek legal advice. It doesn't have to be the lawyer that's going to represent you,
Oh.
but once you get to Ottawa, the Ottawa officers are going to explain that process to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Cameron Rodgers was found guilty of double homicide and received a life sentence. He will be eligible for parole after 20 years. Please like and subscribe. I'll be doing more of these videos and taking the channel in this direction. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe because there'll be more coming. Thanks.